Hi everyone, Amy here from the Crowd Converters, and today we're going to be talking you through our branding masterclass. Everything you need to know to get your brand 100% right on all of your social media channels. Number one, across all of your social media platforms, have you got exactly the same username? Make it really easy for people who follow you on Instagram to find you on Facebook just by using the same name. The other thing you need to do is use the same profile picture, the same cover photo if it's applicable, the same bio, description, links and connections. An effective brand strategy really gives you the edge over your competitors in difficult markets. But what does that actually mean? Put simply, it's your promise to your customer. It tells your customer what you're going to deliver product-wise, service-wise, and also differentiates you from your competitors. Your brand is derived from who you are, who you want to be, but also the way your customers perceive you to be. Are you innovative, experienced, reliable? Are you luxury, value? Are you a high-cost, high-quality brand? Or you a value brand? The key thing is you can't be both to all people. Come back to your target market here and really think about what it is your target market want. You should be based on what your target market want you to be and need you to be. So number two, your brand strategy. Your brand strategy is what, how, who, where and when you're going to be delivering your branding messages. Where you advertise is part of your brand strategy. Your distribution channels are also part of your brand strategy. What you communicate visually and verbally is part of your brand strategy. Having strong brand equity means you are in demand. So if you think about Nike versus a normal shoe store, they can straight away triple the cost of their trainers and people will pay for it because they believe in the brand. Coca Cola versus a supermarket brand. Again, they can charge double the cost to their customers because people prefer the brand. The actual taste is probably not that different, but people preferred the brand. We have created a worksheet for you which can be downloaded from our Facebook page, so be sure to go and check that out to help you work through all of this. Do your research on your customer and really understand and learn what it is they want, what it is they need, and therefore don't rely on your gut feeling, but actually what you know about them. The third thing to think about is your company's mission. This should really be part of what your customers want and need from you. Your mission is to deliver that. Number four, what are the benefits to your products and services? Again, the benefits should be actually the solution to your customer's problem. Number five, if you're already established, what do your customers currently think and feel about you? Go out and ask them. There's absolutely no harm in that. Then once you know that, are you happy with that perception that they've got of you? And if not, what can you do with your brand to alter it? Number six is actually getting the word out. So now that you've defined your brand by really nailing your strategy and what your customers think about you, by answering the previous questions, how are you actually going to get that out there and get your customers or prospective customers to know and understand who you really are? First things first, get a great logo, a memorable logo, and get it out there. Make sure people resonate with it. Are the colours what they expect it to be? Does your logo actually show what it is you do? The next thing is write down your brand messaging. What are the key messages that you want your brand to be about? Make sure all of your employees absolutely know these attributes. The next thing to consider is integrating your brand into everything. So this literally means everything from your business cards to your website, your sales scripts. Absolutely everything needs to fit into your tone of voice, the colours and everything that you're doing. What are your staff members wearing? How are they picking up the phone? Is this all in line with your brand? All of this relies on creating a voice for your brand. So make sure that your customers know how you should be sounding. The tone of voice should be applied to all written communication, so all of your social media posts, but also how you pick up the phone to someone. If you're a really corporate brand and you're picking up the phone or your staff members are picking up the phone saying, "Hi, how can I help?" That's really casual. Whereas if you want them to be picking up the phone and saying, "Hello, my name is XYZ, this is blah 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 company, how can we help you today? That's slightly more formal, but actually still a bit colloquial. So have a real think about everything. The next thing is to develop a tagline and make sure that's placed everywhere like your logo. It needs to be a memorable yet concise statement that everyone can recognise. Make sure that it captures the essence of your brand. Design templates and create standards for your brand as well. All of your marketing materials should fit your brand standards. This could be right from where the logo is placed to the colours that's used. All of those things need to be documented properly so everybody knows what they're working towards. You don't need to be fancy here, you just need to be consistent. Be really true to your brand. And by this, if you're going to have a tagline that says quick and easy delivery, are you actually delivering against that? If not, then really make sure that everything you're doing is really, really true. You don't want your customers to get a bad impression of you because you're not delivering what you said you were going to. Do you want to build a solid business? If so, start with branding. Do you want your company to be financially successful? Start with branding. Do you want to feel personally fulfilled with your work? Start with branding. Do you want customers who can't get enough of you? Again, you've guessed it. Start with branding. I know you might be asking, branding, isn't that just colours and a logo? Well, actually, you couldn't be more wrong. You also might be wondering, how on earth can branding really fulfill me on a working day basis? You might be thinking, I mean, I like the colour green and all, but how's that actually going to make me a happy person? First thing you must understand about branding is that it's not just skin deep. It's not just what you see on the surface. The branding is everything that your company stands for and how your customers perceive you. It's actually really quite emotional. Branding is about getting 100% clear on the mission of your brand. Why are you doing what you're doing? Who are you trying to serve? Who are you trying to help? It's about really understanding your customer and what you're doing to actually help them. Branding takes all of those factors and translates them across into everything that you're doing visually and verbally. Visuals, while they're not the foundational part of your brand, they are the most immediately obvious to your customers and the visitors to your website or to anything that they've seen from you. They are effectively the messenger that translates your mission into a language that anyone that's passing by can actually understand. That means your visuals play such an important role. It's what's eye-catching to passers-by. It's essential that they properly represent your brand and what it stands for. They must be attractive to your ideal client and they must be consistent. Nothing makes your brand look better than consistent visual branding, and nothing makes it sound better than a consistent voice across everything. Start with your why. Why are you doing what you're doing? What is personally driving you? The answers to these questions don't necessarily matter to your customers. They probably don't care about your personal reasons why you're doing this, but they will have a serious impact on your business decisions and everything that you're taking to take your business that one next step further, and that therefore affects the branding. If you don't know why you're doing what you're doing, then you don't really know who you're trying to serve, how you're going to serve them, or actually how you're going to help anybody, and therefore what are you actually gaining? You therefore won't necessarily feel fulfilled and your customers won't be as satisfied as they could be. You do really need a strong why, and your company will thrive along with that. So what is your why? Get specific. Don't just put what you do. Why do you do what you do? If you want to be financially successful, that's fantastic, but why do you want to be financially successful? Is it because you want to be powerful? Or is it because you think it's going to make you look great? Is it because you want to travel or you want to entertain friends? All of those things also aren't really quite a why. It's why do you want to do those things as well? Keep asking why. It's okay to start with what you want, but then, as I say, keep asking why. Keep asking until you get down to your root desires, and that will then start to help you really build your brand. Don't forget to subscribe to our YouTube channel by hitting the top right hand corner button, and you can also follow us on Instagram at The Crowd Converters, on Facebook at The Crowd Converters, and also on Twitter.